All right, so this is a common misconception about homelessness in San Francisco, and this girl lives in Washington, so maybe things are different in Seattle. That addiction is the result. So what that implies is like, oh, well, I've become homeless. I'm going to live on the street and start smoking crack. No, that's not how it works. A lot of these people become addicted one way or another, and their addiction drives them to the street because it destroys their lives. Now, a lot of this has been driven by the opiate epidemic that we have. And what a lot of people don't know about this epidemic is there's a subset of people that when they take things like Vicodin or Percocets, or not Percocets, Oxycontin, it makes them feel amazing. Whereas if I take Vicodin, like that I've been prescribed, takes the pain away and I get sleepy. But some people, it gives them a euphoric feeling that they want to continue to feel. And that starts, and if they aren't aware of that and they don't manage that well with their doctors, that can spiral into addiction. Our local Twitter celebrity, Tom Wolfe, that's how he became an addict and ended up on the streets. He had a home with a wife and kids, but his addiction drove him to the streets so he could be closer to his dealers and get high. And it was only after a couple of trips to prison did he decide that, okay, I want to get sober. I want to stay sober and went to a long-term treatment. And that story is not unique. Like when I first moved into the city proper, a lot of my roommates were former addicts, and most of them got clean because they spent some time in jail or something else, really terrible happened to them, and they decided they wanted to get clean. So, like, there's all these other, like, contributing factors, like, yeah, mental health, but, when you smoke meth, it fucks with your brain chemistry, that contribute to it. But the primary driver of homelessness in San Francisco is addiction. And until we admit the truth and start focusing on that, it's never going to change. Now, the lack of housing and the costs of housing in San Francisco make getting off the streets more difficult. People are correct about that, but that's it doesn't drop. It's not the primary driver. Like, I want more affordable housing, so I will approve more housing to be built in San Francisco than the current administration has. But I will also make sure that we are not creating a culture of drug addiction enablement in San Francisco. So if you like what I have to say, please drop a comment, or if you think I'm wrong, drop a comment. Consider donating to my campaign and or volunteering.